Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A fire in Mansfield drew a response from dozens of first responders tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Annette Montgomery.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. It happened on Warrenville Road, which was blocked off near Atwoodville Road. This is as close as our Fox 61 crew could get to being able to see, which is about a half-mile away. Crews are still putting out the hot spots, we've been told. We just learned less than 30 minutes ago, the Connecticut State Police Major Crimes Fire Investigation Unit showed up to the scene. Hours after it was first reported, police cars and fire investigators were seen arriving there as fire trucks and engines left.
And we know at least one ambulance was seen leaving with a patient inside. Live Star was requested. However, the call was canceled. Yukon and Columbia were a couple of the departments that assisted Mansfield Fire, and the Department of Transportation is closing down Warrenville Road overnight so fire crews can investigate. And of course, as this breaking story develops, we'll bring you the latest on air and online at fox61.com. You can also download the free Fox 61 News app. Just scan the QR code on your screen.
Connecticut has said that this is one of the safest states for migrants, so let's show up and prove that it's one of the safest states for migrants. That's what I hope. More visibility, more people out on the street.
These people in Hamden are calling out the Legislative Council and police departments.
They say more should have been done to protect the immigrants who were detained last Wednesday. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot is live in Hamden tonight and spoke to neighbors there. Now, Kay, what did they tell you?
Some people in Hamden are outraged that police were notified by Homeland Security that they were conducting an investigation on Dixwell Avenue. Now, at the time, police were not told that it was an ICE detainment, but people at the rally say when they got that phone call, they should have called others in the community.
What do you want? When do you want it?
Calls to protect the immigrant community in Hamden were loud Tuesday night.
I just thought it was really unfair, and I don't think anybody should be taken from their home.
8 people were detained at the Optimal Car Wash on Dixwell Avenue, and now activists are saying Hamden police withheld information.
If you really care about the migrant community, you should be providing for these families. They need lawyers.
Hamden Mayor Lauren Garrett said officers would face consequences for helping ICE last week. State Representative Greg Howard says that's actually illegal and causes more harm than good.
Consequences for what? The Trust Act prohibits police from cooperating with ICE under certain circumstances. There is nothing in the Trust Act that requires a police department, when they are notified by ICE of an impending operation, to notify activists or anybody in the public to go intervene. And I would argue that that would be a violation of state law and potentially federal law if they did.
Hamden Police Lieutenant Robert Mansfield confirmed they did receive a call from Homeland Security on October 25th that they would be conducting an investigation that morning. However, Homeland Security did not say it was ICE, and Hamden police officers were not present. At a town council meeting after the rally Tuesday night, taxpayers urged for more to be done.
I am a taxpayer in this town, and if something is happening in the town of Hamden where I think that harm can come to someone, and I'm calling 911 and reaching out to our police force, I should be able to have an answer.
Howard says in these incidents, federal law enforcement calls as a courtesy. If they don't call, that could present chaos.
And we're going to have what we call a blue-on-blue shooting. We're going to have a tragedy of law enforcement officers shooting at each other because they don't know who each other is. This is, it would be horrifically chaotic.
One of the rally organizers said that 2 of the people who were arrested have been released, and the kids whose parents were arrested are in a safe hands right now. Live in Hamden, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Kay. Well, if you stepped outside today, you got to enjoy some of the sunshine we saw this Tuesday. A crisp fall day for Connecticut.
Yeah, it was really nice. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frink is tracking a chance, though, for more rain as we head into our Wednesday. So, Rachel, how long can we expect this rain to last?
This will be a quick punch for us, really. You can see some showers approaching western Connecticut right now, and this is the area in eastern Pennsylvania that will continue to move in overnight and into around daybreak tomorrow. So you might wake up in the middle of of the night and hear the sound of rain on top of your roof. It's still raining right around daybreak. This is 6 a.m., but we'll see that rain come to an end between 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you're waking up at 7 in Danbury, we've already dried out, but it'll take a little while longer for eastern Connecticut to get that rain out of here. But by 9, 10 o'clock, we're doing so. Then clouds are breaking for sun and the rest of the day is dry. But again, it could be a wet start to the day depending on where you live. Winds have calmed down, but I think they'll pick back up again tomorrow, especially after that front pushes through. Temperatures are in the 50s for most of the state. And tomorrow, after the rain moves out, clouds will break for some sun. And we are looking at another day in the 60s before cooler temperatures return. We'll explain. Your full forecast is coming up.
The man accused of sparking a massive police response at Foxwoods Resort Casino is now seeing a significant reduction in his bond. 40-year-old David Griswold was arrested after two women claimed he held them against their will in his hotel room. Griswold was originally held on a $1 million bond, but after the state failed to present probable cause for unlawful restraint, that bond was dropped to $500,000. Court documents say the women ran from his room in fear and that Griswold was under the influence of crack cocaine. Griswold must stay away from the victims and surrender his 4 handguns. Prosecutors say they're also working to gather more evidence to pursue additional charges.
Today was the first full day of jury deliberations for the trial of Costa Diamantis. Jurors heard 2 weeks of testimonies and arguments. He's been charged with bribery and extortion. He's accused of taking bribes during his term as the state's director of the Office of School Construction Grants and Review. His defense team denies it and says there's no proof he accepted money or abused his power. Jurors reviewed text messages, calls, and voicemails between Diamantis and several contractors. Some witnesses say they felt pressured to pay bribes or risk losing major projects. Diamantis admitted to accepting one payment but said it was legal and only meant to arrange a meeting. His attorney, Norm Pattis, argues Diamantis made enemies for trying to save taxpayer money and lower project costs. The jury will be back tomorrow for deliberations.
Developing tonight, a woman is dead after a violent domestic incident in Stratford. Police say her boyfriend is now in custody. Fox 61's Jalen Anderson went to the area where this happened and shares what we know at this time.
Stratford police say a man has been arrested after they say he called 911 to confess that he had stabbed his girlfriend and threatened to harm himself. It happened just after 7 o'clock on Monday night. Officers say the man, identified as 67-year-old Stanley Mulvey, called dispatchers from his home on Griffin Street. Police say he told dispatch he had attacked his girlfriend, 62-year-old Megan McShane. When police arrived, they found both Mulvey and McShane on the kitchen floor covered in blood. Investigators also say they found a large kitchen knife. Officers say Mulvey refused to cooperate and had to be forcibly removed from the home before being taken into custody. Paramedics pronounced McShane dead at the scene. Police say Mulvey is a convicted felon with a prior domestic violence arrest back in March. Officers say that incident also involved McShane. Mulvey now faces charges of murder and interfering with a police officer. Mulvey is being held on a $1 million bond and could appear in court on Wednesday. At last check, he was still in the hospital. Reporting in Stratford, Jalen Anderson, Fox 61.
Tonight, New London police are warning people about a new scam, and it involves someone pretending to be their police chief and requesting money. Take a look here. Officers say a scammer is emailing people and posing as Chief Brian Wright. The scammer then says their phone and wallet were stolen. We're told tonight the chief is fine and this never happened, but if you take a closer look at that email address, it's not an official account. If you ever get a message like this, don't send money and don't click the links or reply. Police say stay alert, trust your instincts, and help spread the word about this scam.
6 people have been arrested accused of stealing more than $250,000 from a Meriden Lowe's outlet store. Officers say most of the items that were stolen were appliances. Police have been looking into the men since July of last year. Investigators tell us the men were involved in several different schemes to defraud the store of money and products. Officers arrested them between last July through last month. 2 of the people arrested are Lowe's employees. They all have been charged with theft.
Right now, police need your help finding a man who they say climbed through unlocked windows and broke into multiple homes near Yale University. They say this happened last night at 2 separate locations on Linwood Place. Officers got 2 different calls from neighbors around 12:30 in the morning, and both of them told police a man tried to break in while they were sleeping. They say when they noticed the man, he ran away. Now detectives are working to piece together what he looks like. If you have any information that can help with the investigation, please contact Yale Police.
Early voting is happening now, and Governor Ned Lamont's getting a head start on the 2025 general election. He plans to cast his ballot tomorrow at Greenwich Town Hall. This marks day 3 of Connecticut's 14-day early voting period, which gives voters more flexibility ahead of Election Day. Lamont has encouraged everyone across the state to take advantage of early voting. He calls it an easy and secure way to make your voice heard.
Today, State House Republicans proposed a major tax relief plan that could help more than 800,000 people across Connecticut. The proposal includes an expansion of the state's property tax credit and would increase the maximum credit from $300 to $1,000. The plan would also increase income eligibility thresholds by about $20,000 for single filers and $30,000 for joint filers.